was December the 28th of 2018 was when I delivered the notice of violation, but these inspected, and still nothing's changed. It's still gravel and parking in the front of the yard. So on the 25th of February, I issued the third citation for $300, and actually, that's the reinspection of last week, the 15th, and that's still what it looked like. Was nothing has changed. So looking at the packet, as of March the 22nd, 2022, this case has been open 1,211 days from the start, November the 27th of 2018. Yes. No, sir.
Board. All right. Mr. Segrist, do you want to address the board? Thank you.
Yes, sir.
This is zoning ordinance ZO Article 4.4.5, period, comma, section C9, period A, general residential development standards. That's correct, what you're reading also? It says parking standard. Parking areas in all single-family residential districts shall be paved with asphalt, concrete, or brick pavers. Pervious material or similar permeable paving material. Now, you feel that my driveway is what? What material?
It appears to be gravel.
It appears to be gravel. Is that what you told me?
Yes, and the notice of violation, the correction is gravel parking area is not permitted. Return front yard to the original state, remove the gravel and sowed grass, or schedule appointment reference to paving, concrete, or other similar permeable material. Report project completion date and/or submit the paid invoice bill regarding compliance of the required ordinance.
And where did you get this from?
That was on your notice of violation that was dated December the 27th, 2018.
So this is a different violation?
No, that was, the violation is stated on the notice of violation, but there's a correction section right below the violation. And that will bring your property into compliance with that, following that correction section.
So right now, you feel that my driveway is paved with gravel, is that correct?
I wouldn't say it's paved, it has gravel. It's a gravel.
Is
drive.
paved a smooth surface, say, without potholes and things, or what does paved mean?
Mr. Seegers, I'm telling
don't
you, that's
know?
gravel.
Pardon me?
It appears to be gravel.
Okay, it appears to be gravel. Can you tell me what asphalt is made of?
I'm not an engineer.
Can you tell me what concrete is made of?
I'm not an engineer. I don't know what constitutes these substances. But
Then
that's
how are
part
you
of the
going to
problem.
figure out if they're similar materials or not? You can't.
Okay, so you're asking.
So is the gravel a similar material to concrete or asphalt?
It says similar permeable paving material. That's what the zone ordinance says.
Is asphalt and concrete and gravel similar?
I'm not an engineer. That's your different options that you can go with.
What does the pervious material mean?
I'd have to look that up.
You're finding people and don't know what it means? What does the permeable material mean?
Sir, that's part of the ordinance, and I'd have to
And
look
you
that
don't know
up.
what it means? Okay. I think we have very well-educated people up here that understand that asphalt is made up of bituminous and crushed gravel, which is what's in my driveway. Concrete is made up of sand, crushed gravel, and cement, which is similar material to what is in my driveway. And I don't understand why we're here.
Sir, let me ask you a question now. You're saying your driveway. Where do you?
He's the one that says it's my
No,
driveway.
no. Do you live on Ironwood or do you live
You don't
here?
have, you let him tell you when you have the floor.
He has the floor.
I've
His
got the
floor.
floor.
Okay.
Do you live on Ironwood and are you talking about this property here on Regents?
This meeting is about the property at 518 Regents Avenue, Bowling Green, Kentucky, in Warren County. You wait till I finish speaking. Now you may have the floor.
Nothing else.
Well, I would just offer an opinion. I understand your point about gravel is within concrete and gravel is within asphalt, but a key point, rain doesn't wash asphalt or concrete away. And in a case of this, rain could put it out on the street where it could be a hazard to a motorcyclist, for example. So I think there is a distinct difference with respect to community safety.
We look back at some of the other photos now. Okay, do we see that gravel there? That's the city alley. Belongs to the city of Bowling Green, all the way up, goes back, turns left, and comes out of Mimosa. It's 10 foot wide, has gravel. Is Mr. Broderick, are you adding to something tonight? No, I couldn't hear you. You were talking, and I couldn't understand what you were saying.
I'll be glad, I was talking to Tabitha, but I'll be glad to tell you, that is not a city alley, that is a private alley. We've already had that determined in court. So, you know,
Just had a survey done in the city alley.
have your survey with you? I'd be in,
I'll have it at the next meeting if you would like to have it.
today's the day.
I understand today's meeting, but we'll be back in court.
Certainly have
Segrist,
every
I
right
do-
to do
I-
that, sir.
Now, let's look at some of the other photos.
I've got another question here. I've
Mr.
got another
Goodwin,
question.
will you give him the floor?
I've got the
He has the
floor.
floor when he wants it.
It seems to me that's gravel. It doesn't take a rocket science to tell the difference between gravel and the composure of concrete and asphalt that we've got out here. We've got asphalt, we've got concrete, and I don't see any gravel around here. That's gravel that you've got in your driveway. We've been going on this for 1,100 days. This is costing taxpayers money. You've already been to court once, and you were told, if I'm not corrected, you were told to get this taken care of by Judge Brown. And it hadn't been taken care of yet. So I've got a motion before this board.
Second.
Judge Brown did not issue me any order. He issued an order to uphold what you all had done. He issued nothing himself.
Secrets in court, he told you.
Please get up next to the microphone where you can record.
I was recording, but I'll be glad to repeat it.
The light wasn't on.
Judge Brown explicitly told you in court you needed to correct this. In fact, he gave you an opportunity and said, why don't you just correct this? And that hasn't been done. So I think you're misspeaking at this point.
So my motion to this board is that we uphold the citation and fine in the amount of $300. This is the third citation. And since this is the third citation, I want to give you 30 days, Mr. Segrist, to get this taken care of, or we're going to issue you a $100 a day fine for 60 days. That's my motion.
Second.
Deere, LaPointe, Deere,
Yes.
Dearbone,
Yes.
Eggleton.
Yes.
Holman,
Yes?
LaPointe.
Ms. Secrets, you have a right to appeal this decision to district court. You have 30 days in which to do so.
I need to speak to Mr. Dearborn for a minute. May I walk up and talk to him? Is that all
I
right?
don't think it's appropriate at this time. No, sir, I do not. I think you have a right to talk to him anytime you want to.
Okay, I
We're in
will
the
after
middle
the
of
meeting. Thank you.
All right, our next case is old business. Case number 2, case 2021-3446, citation 2021-10247-4, well, point 4, 1874 Walden Road, owner Yvette Castro, officer Mo Hillard.
So, the last board meeting, we placed this off for 30 more days to see if they would get it into compliance. This was the condition. On the last board meeting, there was still, pallets around the place and whatnot. And, I just went by at noon today, and it's hard to see which is their property and whatnot, because it's sort of off premise to see it. But, there is no pallets left on that property, so.
There are or not?
There is not.
Good.
There is not.
So they're fully in compliance?
They're fully in compliance.
Castro, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth so help you God? All right, and if you identify yourself real quick.
Castro. Sorry, Yvette Castro.
So, everything is in compliance, and,
It'll stay that way.
okay.
It will stay that way. I do apologize for my brother any inconvenience or how rude he was to some of the inspectors, but I will keep it within compliance. Okay.
Thank you very much. That's all we ask. So, with that, I make a motion to uphold the citation, but to dismiss the fine of $504 and 28 cents.
Second.
Dearbone, Deere,
Yes.
Dearbone.
Yes.
Eggleton.
Yes.
Holman,
Yes?
LaPointe.
Yes.
Anything else?
Business, case number 3, case number 2022-0178, citation 2022-0643, 704 McElroy Way, owner Deidre Bowen, officer Katja Ford.
Dearbone, I'll be presenting this case for Officer Ford. She is present for questions, though, afterwards. This case was the result of numerous citizen complaints regarding a dog running loose by the name of Hugo. The dog belongs to or resides at or is otherwise harbored at the location at 704 McElroy Way. The animal, which belongs to the tenant there, has been found to be running at large or trespassing on property of others 26 times since 2018, according to intake records from the Bowling Green Warren County Humane Society. 10 of those intakes were via our animal control officers at the city. In November of 2019, animal control officers communicated with the animal owners at the property to caution them about the ongoing nuisance, and in May of 2021, the officers issued a first offense citation that was a local ordinance citation, not the type of citation that we're bringing before the board tonight. That citation was issued directly to the animal owner at the time for the running at large problem. In November, November of 2021, animal control officers placed a hold on the animal at the Humane Society and issued a notice of violation to the property owner to inform them about the ongoing nuisance of city ordinance through the procedure that you are familiar with, where we send a notice of violation to the property owner and the tenant. On the 20th of January of this year, Officer Ford was dispatched to a complaint of a dog running loose, during which Hugo was found running at large and trespassing on the property of others. The dog was impounded and taken to the Humane Society for its 26th intake. On the 26th of January of this year, a second offense citation, which is what the board is familiar with as far as a property citation issued to the property owner and held accountable by liens on the property, was issued by Officer Ford due to no cooperation, communication, or compliance regarding the animal. However, the citation was appealed, which was going to come in front of the board as an appeal. However, we are asking that the board dismiss the citation due to a clarification in Chapter 5, which is the animal ordinance of city ordinance, where it does not currently hold a property owner responsible for a dog that is off of the property, even though they may rent the property. So the city attorney is also here if there's any questions about that specific ordinance. We have made revisions to the ordinance. It has already been in front of the commission at last week's meeting for the first reading. It passed the first reading and will go back in front of the commission on the 19th of April, I believe, for a second reading to try to close that loophole, if you will. But for the time being, even though Officer Ford and Officer Hudson have done everything by the book as far as our procedures and policies go, the ordinance was not in our favor, which was brought to our attention by the appeal. So we're requesting that it be dismissed at this time, and then we'll take further action. It should also be known that the dog owner has voluntarily surrendered, if you want, or rehomed the dog to another family, and provided the city attorney with proof of the dog moving to a different home where hopefully it won't be able to run at large, and for its safety and the safety of everyone else. So if you have any questions, Officer Ford and Hillary Hightower are here for any questions.
All right, if not, then I'll make a motion to dismiss both the citation and the fine.
Second.
Deere, LaPointe, Deere,
Yes.
Dearbone,
Yes.
Eggleton,
Yes.
Holman,
Yes.
LaPointe. Sorry, that was Dearbone that made that motion.
Right now, we're in the comments session, and we have an announcement regarding personnel change to be made by Brad.
So the personnel action is regarding the Code Enforcement and Nuisance Board clerk, Tabitha Joyner. She has transferred to a different division within our department, and this will be her last meeting. So we wanted to definitely make note of the contributions that she's made to both the Code Enforcement Division and the board since taking the position in 2006. Brent Childers, the department director, is here and is going to say a few words as well.
Thank you. It's good to see everybody back again. There's some new faces here that I haven't had the opportunity to meet. So I am Brent Childers, the Director of Neighborhood and Community Services, and last week celebrated my 12th year with the city. So I haven't been to one of these meetings in quite a while, but I will tell you one constant that I've had at all the meetings that I've attended over the last 12 years is Ms. Joyner sitting over here, keeping record and keeping everything straight. And so we wanted to take notice of that and thank her for her time and her service to the Code Enforcement Division and also the Code Enforcement and now Nuisance Board. Whenever I started, it was Code Enforcement Board, so we've even had a name change in there. And thank her for her time and her commitment on these fourth Tuesdays of every month for the last several years. Although she might be leaving as the court board clerk, she's still in our department. She moved across the hall, and now she'll be assisting people as they come in and get their building permits, their electrical permits, their fence permits, their demolition permits, all the things that we permit through our building and inspection department. And so I want to thank Ms. Joyner, and also Code Enforcement has a nice plaque to thank Ms. Joyner for her time and effort. So thank you, Tabitha, for everything that you did for the Code Enforcement Nuisance Board.
And, go ahead, Brad.
On that note, staff would like to request, if possible, that the April meeting be canceled. A motion made for that, if the board is willing to do so, while we'll be short staff until we're able to have someone, hopefully by the May meeting. Worst case scenario, we've worked with the city clerk's office, and they will stand in the meantime. By the May meeting, they're not able to for the April meeting, so.
I make a have a April meeting and pending for May.
Second. Dearbone, Eggleton. Deer.
Yes.
Dearbone.
Yes.
Eggleton. Holman.
Yes.
LaPointe.
Tabitha, it goes without saying that you have meant a lot to all of us here. You know, you onboard us on, you keep us straight, you call us, email us, text us. So, you know, you are going to be missed. Whoever comes in will be capable, but they're not going to be you. So, we are going to miss you personally. I thank you for everything, and I'll come bug you over at the over there with all the permits. So.
Yes, please do. Thank you very much.
Do you have anything you want to say? Put you on the
I'm
spot.
caught completely off guard. So thank you all for everything. I enjoyed doing what I did. Just was that time for a change, try something new. So no, I appreciate all the support and all of that over the years. Yeah. Sorry, I have nothing prepared. I'm sorry. Thank you. I'm not used to being put on the spot like that. So, yes, thank you all. I appreciate it.
And we can also say this past few weeks, we've all gone on ride-alongs with our very capable staff, and it's just always amazing to see the work you all do and how much you get accomplished within a month. Stuff that we never see. What we get is so small, but you guys are working so hard. So I mean, I know it's been a few years since I did a ride along, but just reopened my eyes about how important you all are and how much work you do. And you know, I can't say enough about the work you guys put in. So thank you so much. I'm sure everyone up here echoes it. We applaud you for the work you all do, because the city just doesn't know how valuable you are to it. So, thank you, Ron. So, if nothing else, while we're all feeling good and feeling happy, I will entertain a motion to adjourn for today.
Dearbone, LaPointe. Deer.
Yes.
Dearbone.
Yes.
Eggleton.
Yes.
Holman.
Yes.
LaPointe.
Yes.